Duke is probably one of the most explosive buckers that I have ever witnessed. Not just been around, not just trained, but even at rodeos, don't think I've seen horses that buck quite as explosively as he does. So he is very, very sweet on the ground, but he does have an issue under saddle. Now, through some vet workups and things like that, we think we have isolated it to an SI issue. Some very, very mild arthritis, but nothing that would impact him really. But his SI issue is something that we are currently working on. As far as the mild arthritis, even though it really shouldn't be bothering him, we have started him on back up. I'm trying to talk here. Thank you. We have started him on some Equiox. So he's got kind of a whole body anti-inflammatory going on right now, which should really help him. And we're really hoping that the bucking incidents that he's been having were pain related, so that we can fix those. Now, the issue with pain related behavior, whether it's bucking, rearing, charging, biting, striking, whatever it is, dealing with the pain is the easy part. It's dealing with the memory of pain that is the harder part to deal with. So what we're going to be working on now is getting him moving under tack, and just getting him to realize, his body is getting stronger through a lot of the exercises that we've been doing, including the circle of poles, the work that we've done in the ditch out front, and just regular work, plus now this anti-inflammatory that he's got in his system. So I want him to really start to understand that movement isn't going to hurt, and that as we strengthen his SI and his body in general, that he can start to trust his body to move quickly. So horses that have something like an SI issue, or other soft tissue injuries, tend to really become reactive. And the reason that they become reactive is that they don't trust their body to get out of the way if there was a predator. So they end up being hypervigilant, and reacting kind of out of character or disproportionately to the stimuli. So that's what we're going to be working on with him today. So we're going to be doing a lot of lunging. We're going to be doing a lot of transitions, and we are going to be doing a lot of changing of direction. So there we go. So with Duke, we're just going to get him started by moving him out on the circle. And again, belly button first. And it's interesting, if you go back to some of the other videos that we have of Duke, you can see that he's actually walking out a lot more confidently now than he has in some of his previous videos before the medication was really in full swing. Of direction. We're just going to try and get him focusing on us and get things moving in that direction. So, ooh, good job. When he comes in, I'm going to take a step back, shift over to this side, and point. Good boy. So as long as my belly button is pointing him forward, he's going to keep going in that direction. Okay, he is still short-strided in the back, but he is starting to extend quite a bit more than he was So not exactly where I want him to be, but a heck of a lot better than before. So that's the other thing is, when you're looking at your horses and you're judging them, take video of yourself. Take video of them moving, because a lot of times the differences are subtle, but they're there. And you don't want to get frustrated. So again, with any horse that might have some arthritic changes, you want to make sure that you give them a good walking warm up. So you should be aiming for about 10 minutes at the walk, under saddle or in the pen, totally up to you. Who, good boy. Gonna switch sides on him and point. Good boy. There are a lot of people that think, oh, he's on turnout, he's done his walking. Unless he's out on a track system, okay, horses really don't walk that much when they're out on turnout. So we're gonna slow him down by slowing or changing the angle of our belly button, right? So walk on. We're not changing direction, Duke. There we go. Easy. Good boy. So again, I was talking into the camera for that for the last one, but essentially when you want to bring them, when you want to transition down, which again is one of the hardest things that you can do when you're free lunging, you're going to point your belly button at them. When they break stride, you're going to again drive. Boy. Does not appear that my fly spray does much to help him right now. So he is getting a little eaten by flies here. So slow him down. When he breaks that stride, I'm going to keep him going. Slow him down. Yes, good boy. Now, we still have a lot of work to do on conditioning and stuff. Putting a saddle on him is just getting him used to having the saddle on him again. It's just about to rain, and for some reason, everything's gotten. And oh, good boy. Good job. So he's putting in a lot of effort here. I want to make sure that I reward him and let him know he's being a good boy. This is exactly what we want. Good job. I know it's hot. There's lots of bugs. We're going to go that way. Bugs seem to come out the most right before rain, so and we're going to trot, trot, trot. Yes. And walk. Good boy. Walk. No. Good boy. We're going to get him going at the canter. The reason for that is I want to open him up a little. I'd like him to get a bit more swing. And sometimes with some horses, they need to get into a canter before they can really start to swing that walk or that trot. So we're going to get that going next. So trot. Good boy. All right, good boy. Okay, trot. Good boy. Canter. Canter. Okay. So he's not wanting to break into the canter stride. He's just picking up his trot. We're going to slow his trot back down. Keep him at the trot, though. You see. There we go. And to be much more deliberate with my ask and try and get him to kind of jump into that canter. Canter. Good boy. Yes. Yes. So, I'm not sure if you guys saw or noticed that, but he was really peg leggy for the first halfway around. His stride changed to be a lot more fluid. Unfortunately, just before he broke stride, but we got about 3 canters. Knowing how much work it is and effort it is for him to strike off in the canter, I'm going to allow him to keep the canter for as long as it's comfortable. Right now, it's only going to be a few strides, and then he's probably going to trot. And that's okay. We're going to listen to that. Again, that one was me. I faced him as I was talking, and we're going to change direction. Good boy. You always want to keep evaluating. So you definitely want to look and see. He is a little shorter strided now in the back end. Okay, we don't want to run them to exhaustion. We're trying to build muscle. We're trying to build flexibility. And with horses, long, slow miles is what builds a lot of muscle. But what we do to one side, we must do to the other. So now we're going to get him back into a trot, and then hopefully we'll be able to get him to canter. All right. And trot. Trot. Good boy. So notice, even when I had to apply more pressure by adding the stick, I didn't change my ask. And that's probably the most important thing when it comes to behavioral training. Clarity and consistency. So if I stopped pointing with my finger, if I stopped driving with my belly button and I stopped the double click or double kiss and just went at him with the crop, now I've changed my ask. So it's important that you maintain the same ask. Head up. Okay, so we seem to be getting a little comfy at the trot now. Canter. Canter. Good boy. Okay. That was a good boy. We're going to try that one more time because you didn't quite go very far. But that's okay. You did what was asked. Good boy. Yes. Now you'll notice I didn't have to use my crop at all. I asked him verbally. I dipped down just a little and pointed. And that was all that was required. So we're going to do that one more time. And trot. Trot. Canter. 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 Yes. Good boy. Canter. 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 Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Now we'll keep him at a trot for a bit. So again, those are the smallest, tiniest little canters. I can see that it's causing him a little bit of discomfort in this hip. Right? We got some discomfort happening back here. So we're not going to keep it going, but we do have to keep working on that pattern of motion. So getting him to canter, I mean, he galloped straight out in the field, right? So getting him to canter for small pieces or small periods of time is not going to be hugely detrimental to him. Keeping him cantering on a circle for 20 minutes, that's going to cause a problem. So we don't want that to happen. So just like we talked about warming them up for 10 minutes, when you have a horse that's got arthritis, it's important that we cool them down for at least 10 minutes as well. So whether it means that you're hand grazing, hand walking, well, maybe not hand grazing, but hand walking them out on a trail, or whether it means that you're walking them in the arena, just make sure that you give them enough and an adequate downtime, or cool down time rather. Walk on. Nope. We're going to change directions, buddy. Okay. Hello. You're fine. Walk. Good stuff. him to walk, you'll notice when I point, my hand is down. When I ask for a trot, it goes up higher. And when I ask for a canter, it goes up even higher than that. So again, we're giving them all the tools to work with so I don't have to be chasing them around with a stick. Nope, we're still moving. Thank you. So I will say that Duke is doing a lot better than he has in the past. In the past, trying to get him to even walk with the saddle on has resulted in a lot of bucking. I was expecting or half expecting that today. But he seems to be doing really well. We're going to end on practicing the pick-me. There are a lot of people who aren't comfortable riding their horses yet, or their horses are too young, or they're in rehab, or any number of things. And so the one thing that you can always do is teach them fundamentals, teach them basics, teach them things that don't require a lot of physical acumen, but that do require them to think. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Duke a little closer. So I am going to pick him up here. All right, come on. Duke. I know. We got flies. And I'm going to stand up on the mounting block. And I'm going to raise my hand. Come on, Duke. Leg up. Let's go. It would help if I remembered what his command is. Come on, Duke. Pick up. Come on. It's okay, buddy. Come on. Good boy. I know you're nervous. Come on. Duke. Come here, bud. It's okay. I know you're nervous. I'm not doing anything. Come on, we're not going to do anything else. Come here, buddy. Come on. Oh, these flies are all over him right now. Come on. Yes, good boy. And so now the same thing that I do with all of my other horses, which is give him pats on the back before I give him pets up here to tell him he's a good boy for lining up. And that will allow him to line up in a spot where I've got the saddle here, right? Now I'm pushing my luck here by rocking it a little, putting a little bit of weight on the horn here as I'm reaching over to give him a pet. And that is the reaction. So that is the reaction of a horse that is bucking because of an external factor that he's trying to prevent me from getting on. And he's very nervous about it. Okay, so he's not malicious when it comes to bucking.